Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have my August favorites for you guys. I have a little bit of hair, a little bit of body, and some makeup, so I'm really excited to show you these items. I've been using all of them quite frequently this past month. So before we get into it, if you're new here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you'll know when I put out a new video. And let's go ahead and get into my August favorites. I gotta make sure I'm recording because I've tried to record this once and I actually was not recording at all. I went through the whole thing and I found out at the end that I wasn't even recording. So now I can see that I'm recording, so we can just go ahead and get started. I've got quite a few makeup items, so I want to start with the stuff that's not makeup. So the first thing is this Made Smart mat. This is a mat for like your heating tools. So like if you have a curling iron, curling wand, and you don't want to lay it on a surface where it can burn, this is actually something that I purchased where I can just lay it on my counter and put my curling wand there, or lay it here on my desk, put it on top, and it's not going to burn through. So I've really been enjoying this. It keeps, you know, my curling iron from burning whatever it is I'm laying it on top of. And I like it because it is travel friendly. It has this little flap so you can actually push the little, I guess they're little rubber knobs through the holes, and then you can put it into your bag for travel. I want to say I got this at Walmart. I think that's where I got it. So I'll link it down below where I purchased this, but it's by the brand Made Smart. Okay, so the next product I want to talk about is a body product. This is actually the brand called Frenshe. I got this at Target, and I think this is by the young lady who was on High School Musical. I cannot remember her name. She's the one with the blonde hair, but she created this brand, and this is actually a hair, body, and linen mist. I have been loving it for my linens, for my hair, for my body. It smells really good. It's a cedar and bergamot scent, so it's really refreshing. It just smells really clean, and I have really been enjoying it. Now I will say that the scent doesn't last on me all day, but just the initial spray that I put on my body or on my hair smells really good. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this. Again, like I said, I do use it for my linens. Before I make my bed, I spray it, let it dry, and then I put my comforter and my sheets over. I love the packaging too. The packaging's really cute. It looks like it has a wood top, but it's not. It's plastic. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. But yeah, this is a really nice product. I recently went into Target and this product was on sale, buy one get one half off, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I'm so glad that I picked it up because I love both of these products together. So this is the Eva NYC Brass to Sass Brunette Shampoo and the Therapy Session Hair Mask. So the Brass to Sass Brunette Shampoo is for those of us that want to tone down like those red tones. Some people like it. I prefer not to have those red tones. So this helps with toning that brassiness down. And what I'll do is I'll put some of this into my hair. I'll wash it like normal, and then I'll let it sit there for maybe like a minute. And I love the way my hair comes out when I use this shampoo. It says here it's made with no sulfates, parabens, or phthalates. It's 100% recyclable bottle, vegan and cruelty free. It's also good for adding shine to my hair. I really feel like my hair is super shiny when I do use this. So yeah, it's a really good product to tone the brassiness out and add some shine. Another product I mentioned is a Therapy Session Hair Mask by Eva NYC. This is so good, guys. It really nourishes my hair. It conditions my hair. I take just a little bit, kind of like a quarter size amount, put it all over my hair from mid shaft all the way down, and I let it sit for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and then I rinse it out, and my hair feels like silk when I use this stuff. Honestly, I have tried so many hair masks from high-end to drugstore brand, and this is one that I would say is like in my top 5 because it is that good. So if you haven't tried it, it's a really good therapy mask for your hair, and it just makes my hair feel really healthy. All right, another product I've been loving is this Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm. So I purchased this at Target. It comes in several tints. It also comes in a clear one, and I really do love this for my lips. It really conditions my lips, and my most favorite thing I love about this is this silver tip. it has this cooling sensation that it gives my lips, and it just feels really nice going on. So I've really been loving this to condition my lips, and I'm going to show you guys the shade that I got. This one's called Petal, but this is the shade that it is. So it's a very light pink shade, and it shears out beautifully on the lips. You'll see here, has a very light tint to it, very glossy, but it is a very nice product on the lips. I do want to get the clear one. I do like this one, but I really feel like the clear one is good for those times that I just want to put it on top of like lipstick, like what I have on today. Also, I think that people are comparing this to the Hailey Bieber Road lip balm. I think they're comparing it to that. So yeah, check this one out. I think it's only like $10 or $12 at Target. All right, so we're done with the hair and body products. Now let's go ahead and get into the makeup. I have all my makeup in this cute little caboodle container. I've been putting like makeup that I've been testing or things that I've been loving inside this caboodle, so that when it comes down to me doing these videos, you guys will see exactly what I've been using, what I've been testing out. Let me open it. And this sucker is full. All right, so we're gonna start with an eyebrow product that I've really been enjoying. I used it today, and it's by the brand Morphe. So I recently bought a kit that I think was for like $23, and it contained the pencil, it contained the brow shaping gel, it contained the brow cream, which is a tinted brow cream, and it also contained the powder, and then it contained this really nice brush here. So I used this today. I actually used the powder on the inner corners or the inner portion of my eyebrow, and then I used the dark cream product on the outer portion of my eyebrow. And now I'm going to go in with this, which is the brow shaping gel. This gel is very, very nice. I compare it to the e.l.f. one, and they're pretty much, to me, like kind of the same. I feel like the Morphe one keeps them standing up a little bit longer or in place a little bit longer. The e.l.f. one's really good, and I love that one, but I feel like sometimes my brows will tend to droop after a few hours. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I put this one on. And basically what I do is I take the brush and I just kind of dip it. I clean my brush every time I use this product because I don't want like gunk to get into the clear brow gel. I just dip it in there, and then I just brush them up just like that. And then once I brush them up, I don't like my brows to be spiky, so I just kind of go in with this tool at the end and kind of smooth it to where it's down. So I really like it because I know that it's going to keep my brows in place. All these products by Morphe have been really nice on my eyebrows. So this is what I've been picking up since I purchased it. I just love it. So another product that I really have been enjoying, and I love it because it's so simple. You can put it on your eyelid and call it a day, or you can use it as a base, or you can add it to another eye look. So what I'm talking about is the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadows. These are so good, guys. I love the formulation. I love the consistency of them. They go on super easy, and the shades that I've been using the most are these three shades here. So they're all like in the neutral type family. This one is like the dark brown. Then there's this one, which is more like a kind of like a peachy nude, and then this one is more like a kind of like a gray tone shadow. Like I said, all I do is just take a brush, then run it all over my eyelid, blend it out, and then call it a day. I've really been loving using these that way. Like I said, they can be used as a base as well. The one I've been using for base is this one called Canyon. It's more like a peachy shade, and I just love it. Look how creamy it looks. It blends beautifully. I've worn this one by itself as well all over the lid, which I think looks really nice. Let me show you the other shades that I liked so you guys can see. I'm just like so impressed with these guys. They're so good. It lasts all day on my eyelids. I don't have any issues with any of these cream products. This chocolate one right here is Plateau, and this one's Sand Dune. Now you can see that Plateau is a very dark chocolate brown, but guys, if you use just a little bit and you blend it out, it looks beautiful on the eye. So don't let this like scare you away from using it, because I really feel like if you really blend it out and you don't use too much, that you'll get a beautiful eye look with it. Yeah, those have been really impressive. Really been loving those, and it's true. They're no budge. They don't go anywhere. They don't crease on my eyelids, and I don't even use a primer with with them, to be honest. I just use them by themselves. The next product by e.l.f. that I want to talk about are these Luminous blushes. These are insanely good. I love the cream blushes they came out with initially. They're some of my favorite cream blushes, but these Luminous ones, guys, they're so like unique. They don't look dewy, kind of gives your cheeks a glow. I have St. Bart's on today, so this is the shade of it right here. These are pigmented, but depending on what you use, they can go on a little lighter or they can go on a little darker. If I use a sponge with these, I don't get as much pigment, but if I use a brush, then I really get pigment, which I love. I love going in with a lot more blush and then toning it down at the end than starting off with, like, you know, where I'm having to really work up to getting some pigment. So I have been loving these blushes. All of these are my favorite. I especially love this one too, especially for the summer. This is Isla del Sol. Beautiful orange shade. Another one of my favorites is Barbados. This is so stinking gorgeous. See how it has like a sheen to it? So it's not like dewy on the skin. It doesn't look greasy. It just has a nice sheen to it. They are so affordable. I think they're like $7 a piece, and they're just really good long-lasting blushes. So the next product that I tried from Revolution. It's their Shadow Balm Liquid Shadow. This one's actually in Dream Bronze. I have used this all over my eyelid and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the formula. I fell in love with the ease of application. I just loved everything about this. I love that it gives me time to blend and not dry so quickly. So because I loved it, I went back to Ulta and I was gonna get the lavender one and the teal one, and I ended up not doing it because the glitter particles were a little bit bigger in those. So I ended up getting this one, and this is new. I haven't used it, but this is called Rose Gold. So this reminds me of one of the Charlotte Tilbury pots, the Eyes to Mesmerize pots. So I'm gonna open it for you guys. I haven't used it, but I'm gonna open it because I want you guys to see the shade. These are so good, guys. I hope that Revolution will come out with more shades, like, you know, a nice taupe one, you know, even a nice eggplant shade would be beautiful, especially for the fall. So I'm going to show you the applicator. It's a huge applicator and I love it because it's so easy to put on the eyelid. Look at this shade, guys. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking gorgeous. And a little goes a long way. So once you kind of blend it out, look how beautiful. I love the formulation of this, guys. It's so good. So yeah, so I have 2 of those now. I'm not gonna get any of the other shades because I really don't see me wearing like the dark blue one or the teal or the lavender, but these 2 shades, they're perfection, guys. They're so good. I have a couple of highlighters to show you guys. One is by the brand Haus Labs. This one's in Sunstone. It's a beautiful kind of gold champagne type of highlighter. These go on so buttery and so creamy, so smooth that they give off just enough highlight on the skin. So it really looks like that more glow from within look instead of just having, you know, that bright highlighter on your cheeks. Not that that looks bad, but for me, I have been loving like a really nice sheer highlight, something that's not too blinding, something that's not too, you know, too noticeable. So I love this one because it's just so sheer and so beautiful, and I've just been really enjoying it. There's another one that I wanted to pick up. It's more of like a bronzy type shade that would look really pretty on top of bronzer. I think that shade would be gorgeous, but for now I have the Sunstone and I've been loving it. Another highlight I want to mention is this one by LA Girl. Now I did try these for you guys on camera and I ended up falling in love with the bronzer and the highlighter. This one is just like the Haus Labs one in the sense that it does not have a lot of highlighting effect to it. It's just that glow from within. There it is right there. You see how smooth looking that one is? It's sheer, it goes on light, it doesn't look too harsh, and it blends in the skin beautifully. So I really have been loving this highlighter. It's just so good, and it's from the drugstore, so it's more affordable than the Haus one. Of course, they're both 2 different shades, but if you're trying to go for that look where it's a very mild type highlighter, definitely pick this one up because I think you would love it. That's for the highlighters. So now for the bronzers. This one I have on my skin today. This is the LA Girl Matte Bronzer. I love this one because most people can wear this. If you're lighter than me, you can use just the bottom one and then use the top for maybe an eyeshadow crease color or something like that. Or if you're darker than me, you could just use the dark one. Or if you're my skin tone, you'll do what I did and use both of them. So I used both of these on my cheeks today, and it just gives off that really beautiful bronzy, tanned, sun-kissed look. The formula is creamy. It's just like the highlighter, very buttery, very smooth. So yeah, I've really been loving this bronzer from LA Girl. Another bronzer I've been loving is by Loreal. This is the 24-hour Infallible bronzer, and this one is in the shade Tan. This is fantastic. It's got beautiful pigmentation, beautiful shade to it. I love the way this melts into my skin and it doesn't look like powdery or cakey, even though it's like a powder. It blends into the skin really nicely, and makeup works on top of it well. So it's just been a really nice product for me, and it is from the drugstore. Now, will I say that it's a good drugstore price? Of course not, because it was like $15.99 and I actually had a coupon for $3.50 off. But aside from that, it's worth the money. If you want to spend the $15, I say do it, because this is a really good bronzer. I want to say they have like maybe 7 more shades. So those are the bronzers I've been loving. And the other thing that I've been loving is the powder by L'Oreal. These powders are so impressive, just like the bronzers. They have a lot of pigment to them. They go on really smooth. I don't really find like my skin looks cakey with these. It looks like very put together, and it goes on any foundation that I've used with it. It goes on it well. It doesn't like cling on to dry patches. It doesn't go on splotchy. It goes on really smooth. So really have been enjoying this powder. Another powder that's really affordable is the Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. I actually like this one better than the e.l.f. one. I feel like the e.l.f. one has good coverage, but it also looks a little cakey on my face. It looks like I'm wearing like a powder mask, and this one doesn't do that. This one goes on really smooth. It actually has maybe like a little sheen to it as well. It doesn't glow at all, but it does have somewhat of a sheen. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is a very slight sheen, and it just covers up so well. Sometimes I'll use a brush with this. At times I'll go in with a sponge and I'll just kind of press it into the product and get some product off of there, and then I'll just kind of press it onto my skin, and it just makes my skin look so flawless. And like I said, it is nowhere near cakey when you use this. You can use it by itself or on top of foundation. I will say by itself, it probably delivers like a medium coverage. It's not super full coverage, but I like that it has some coverage, because when I do put on a foundation that's maybe a lighter tinted foundation or something that's more of like a medium coverage, this will add some coverage to it and it won't look like really thick on my skin. So yeah, really been loving this, and I have this in the shade Brown Sugar. So another powder that I tried out was a Laura Mercier blurring powder. This is in the shade Honey. That's what I have on my skin today, or what I had on my skin today before I put the other one on. But this one does a really good job of smoothing out my pores, smoothing out fine lines. It doesn't look super powdery on this skin, and I actually like this one better than the original. The original for me looked like it gave me like somewhat of a white cast. I know everybody loves that powder, but it's not one that I gravitated towards. I did try it. It just didn't work for me as well as it works for others. But this one does. This one is a very soft filtering type of powder where it blurs everything out, makes everything look flawless and beautiful, and it sets everything so well. So yeah, really been loving that. The last items I'm going to mention are some eyeshadow palettes. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes from this brand, and it's the Hard Candy brand. I got these at Walmart. I got the more warm and neutral shades of the palettes. They do have like purple, green, orange. They have different shades, but I just picked up these 3. These are some that I could wear like on an everyday basis, and I've really been loving the formula of these guys. They're super creamy. They're very pigmented. They're just very impressive, and I compared these to the e.l.f. ones, the little bite-sized palettes, and I will say that I like these a lot better. I feel like these have a little bit more pigment to them. They just go on a lot better on my eyelids than the e.l.f. ones do. But Not to say that I don't like the e.l.f. ones because I still have those in my collection, but these are newer to the makeup world and they're just really, really good. You guys should try them if you can. They're always sold out of these. So if you can get your hands on at least one of them and try it, I guarantee you, you're gonna see for yourself that these are really good. Another palette that I have been loving is the Baked Browns 2 palette. This is by Dose of Colors. This is what I have on my eyelids today. I have 3 shades on today. I have this one, and the middle one. I didn't put any of the darker shades on, but I do have those 3 lighter shades on my eyelids, and I love the look that this palette gives. It is a neutral to cool toned palette. There are no like warm shades in here. I know this one looks warm, but it's more like a cool neutral brown. This is the one, guys. This is the one that I've been picking up and I love it. Last palette I want to talk about is the Wayne Goss palette. This one is the Luxury Eye palette in Smoky Quartz. This is my favorite palette that he's come out with. Now, recently, he's come out with another eyeshadow palette that looks to be or appears to be a little bit more warm toned. It looks beautiful, but this one is one that I have on hand along with another one that I have. I think it's the Pearl palette. This one right here is my favorite out of the 2. I just love the shades in here. And lately, guys, I've been going for like more cool toned looks. I don't know why. I just like the look of a nice cool toned eye. And this has been a palette that I've actually been grabbing a lot. I love the shade here. It is very buttery, very pigmented, just a beautiful like shade to put on top of the lid to add a little bit of like sheer shine. That's what I call it, sheer shine. So that's it right there. But it is a gorgeous palette. You could do so many looks with this palette. The formulation in here is good too. They are pigmented and I feel like they're a lot more pigmented than the other palette that I have. I feel like these are a lot more pigmented. All right, so I went to get my Vietnamese coffee. This is what it looks like. On the back here, it has ways that you can make different types of coffee. I actually like it the original way that it comes, and I don't drink these every single day. The reason being is because the sugar content in here is super high. Let's see, it is for 6 ounces, it's 38 grams of sugar. So that tells you why I can't drink it every day. But anyway, when I do drink it, I love it. I actually have it here. I'm sipping on some right now. And basically what I do is I fill this plastic cup with ice all the way to the top, and then I pour 6 ounces of this into my cup, and that's how I drink it pretty much all day. And I don't drink this super fast because I did one time, and guys, it made my stomach hurt. So you gotta be careful. It's very strong. You don't want to drink it too fast, but this is so good, guys. It is so good. I love Vietnamese coffee, but like I said, I can't drink it like every day because of the sugar content and because it's very strong in caffeine. It has sweetened condensed milk in here. That's why it's so sugary. It's so good. It's one of my favorite things. So yeah, I've been drinking this really slowly because I don't want what happened the last time to happen again. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.